And we are live. Hey,
Welcome.
I feel like I
I'm
just saw you.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm
only a
your
week later though in YouTube world.
well, we are Jupiter's love. I'm your guy Iconic, and this is my lovely wife and queen and goddess.
Talk about it, Takina.
Mm-hmm.
My necklace is backwards.
And we gonna holler at y'all later. No, I'm just kidding. But if y'all see me go off like this, it's because I don't want to
Eating.
chew in front of y'all. So
Yeah.
back to it.
So if y'all watched our last video, which would be last week, it was Father's Day and we were talking about trust and insecurities. And we always seem to wind up back on this topic because this is where we're at right now, which is poly, and just understanding what it looks like. So many people are are I mean, I was confused about what poly really is, what it looked like. I thought it was cut cookie cutter. I thought it was just something that it's not. And so we've come a long way in a short time frame of just understanding poly. Um, my husband more so than myself. I know there's polygamy, polyandry, um, polyamorous. I think like
Well,
there's different ways to say.
polyamorous is the whole thing in a whole, and the
Okay,
polygyny and all the other different dynamics underneath it.
okay. So I'm gonna be blunt and say I started to look into it. I went down a rabbit hole. I went fast, and it was like a slew of information that I just was not ready for. Um, and so I kind of backed out because it wasn't for me. I support my husband in it, but it wasn't something that I was like wholeheartedly part of. But I mean, I guess I'm in it nonetheless. Like to explain that, I support my husband in finding another wife, a better half, whatever, however it's phrased properly. I support him. Nonetheless, however you want to label it, I support him. And in turn, he says, "Oh, because you support me, I support you if you choose to venture that way as well." Now, I don't know what that looks like. I mean, I know what it potentially could look like. Um, I don't know if there's anyone that's ever done that. Like, have you seen in the groups where there's like a husband and the wife has someone and the like I feel like the one show, the couple that me and Bay or Bay
Yeah, you had
Bay
it right. Bay J, me, Bay and Jay.
okay.
Yeah.
So that dynamic, they're all together, but then the one of them has someone on the side. So
Mm-hmm.
technically there's four of them, but it sounds like there's only three in the home.
Right.
So in that dynamic, the husband and wife each have someone on the outside. But in the home, they're all together, the three of them, but then she has someone outside of the home.
Yeah.
So that's and they don't I would love for them to talk about that more. I know the younger generation because we're the seasoned generation, but the younger generation, I feel like they're bringing it back, but they're bringing it back just I don't know. It's not the same in my opinion.
It's more sexualized.
It way more sexualized. That is a great way to put it. I need to take my glasses off
and
because
and the sexualizing it even turns me off on it because it's like, well, where's the wealth building?
yeah,
Like like my wife, that's she has her family, outside of our relationship. I have my family outside of the relationship. And if there's a third person, that's a third person outside of the relationship. That's three families that can benefit from wealth building, but not a
I
lot of
seriously feel
wealth
like there's
building is going
something.
on. Oh, excuse
Yeah,
me. I don't see it.
there. No,
Or I
no.
see it, it's just not enough. A lot of the wealth building is from the seasoned people.
Yes. So the younger generation sexualizes poly relationships. And I feel like the more seasoned ones is looking for genuine relationships, genuine growth, just they want more out of it other than just who's sleeping with who and when. Like there's someone that I've seen on TikTok. There is the guy, and then there's like three women, but the guy and one of the other the one woman is a lesbian, but I guess she's bi because it's still her boyfriend. But she was only lesbian before she got into the relationship with the guy and the other girl. It's a whole situation, and it's just sexualized. Um, I don't. The sexualized part of it, I don't care. It's not for me. But then again, I'm more what are the terms demisexual and
Sapiosexual.
sapi, yeah. And
And that's where I'm now. I told her like a couple weeks ago, I think I might be demisexual because even though she gave me the green light to go and whatever,
I pushed
a
them.
good part of me still want to be able to know who the hell you are, what you're about, hell, what your likes and dislikes are. To be honest
You want
with
to
you,
get to know the person.
I want to know how much you know about the unk. Like that's, I think that would turn me on way more or interest me more in the person
You
than
said
that.
it right the first
You
time.
know, all right.
um, Commercial break. Probiotics. Take you some.
I gotta take me some after I eat this.
I'm trying to take all my medicine that I was taking before my whole
But
what's the name?
what's the topic also again?
All things poly. So what brought us to this video is the dynamic of what the home life would look like with me, him having a girlfriend or wife or whatever, and me potentially having a boyfriend or husband or whatever the titles would be, whatever their roles would be. Um, Feeling comfortable in the home. I like to. I'm going commando all chances I get. I'm just keeping it real. I like to wear sundresses. I live in Arizona. I'm in a sundress. I shouldn't be putting my business out there like that.
Why not? Feel free. She wear a
I ain't got.
sundress with no panties on and no bra on. I like it. Look like two puppies wrestling in the back. Me, like how I am in the house. Um, I do put on shorts and probably a tank top or whatever. You know, that's just me. But if I happen to go from one room to the bathroom butt ass naked, I want to feel free and not be like, oh, or if I'm in the room, I go in the kitchen butt ass naked to get some water or whatever. I want to feel free to do so.
I'm sorry.
But my
Yes.
she like booty shorts and maybe even walking around topless. She should feel free.
I don't. Oh yeah. So nonetheless, we were saying like our last subject was about insecurities, and so my thing is I'm not going to be insecure. I'm sure there's plenty poly relationships where there's a mono in the dynamic, and they've heard their partner having sex with their partner, their other partner, and it doesn't bother them. Like, it shouldn't bother you. If your intentions are pure, it shouldn't bother you. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, go ahead, do that then.
Now, granted, when the rubber meets the road for us, we're definitely gonna keep the lines of communication open because if anything arises, I definitely should take the helm and try to fix it, try to make sure that she feels comfortable. So if it's like, oh, she don't feel comfortable hearing that, then you know get put in place, maybe times or whatever, like, okay, honey, you mind going to the store or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't hear it. You know what I'm saying?
I am not working off no schedule. It's 2 o'clock. Time for you to go. Ain't nobody
You
got
know,
time for that.
and that too, but schedule works for some, but I don't know if I want to schedule either. I don't.
I just I don't I know I say this and people are like, you're prematurely saying it. You haven't experienced it. You don't know how you're going to feel. And I'm like, I know that I feel strong in what I'm saying. So I can't, my mind is already made up that I'm okay with these things. So if I hear him having sex with someone, I don't think that I'm going to be upset because I've already put it in my mind that that's what's going to happen. There's people that get in situations where they're thrown into the situation where their emotions are then feeling some type of way.
They didn't
I've
have
watched
time to assess. They didn't have
I've
no
watched
time to come to grips with how they would feel.
Right. I've watched these shows where you could totally 1000% tell that the partners are only saying, "Yes, I support you," just because they don't want to lose that person. And then when they see the person start dating other people, or at one show, they got a two-bedroom, and the wife is like, "Well, I figured, I could bring my dates back here and whatever else." And the husband is literally turning red in the face trying to be like, "Yeah, I support you," while being 100% upset and uncomfortable with knowing that his wife is going to be in the next room having sex with someone and getting pleasured.
They not being truthful to themselves. Do not give me the go ahead if you have any doubt in your mind of losing or whatever, losing me or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about you, baby. I'm talking about like that should
No,
be
I'm
across the board with a lot of people. Like
Well, that's why I keep asking you, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I'm like, I don't want you to say yes. You can start dating people, and not that I'm like all willy nilly to go date someone, but I don't want you to say it and then it happens and then you're like, hold up, that nah, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like that. Like, I want you to be 100% sure. If you say no, I'm not sure, then that's a conversation that we need to have. But I want you to be 1,000% sure, hell, 1,000,000% sure that you're comfortable with that, because again, that PTSD is like, in the past you didn't want me sitting next to someone at the bar.
mm-hmm.
Now
And
you talking about I could have a whole boyfriend. I hate saying boyfriend, it sounds so young. I could have i could have a whole man. Are you sure? Like, I could go on a date with someone and you're not going to be around? What?
yeah, I mean, I've I know a few couples that's in Arizona right now.
that are dating, openly dating.
Yeah, and I distinctly remember one couple. I will have to go and like find it again, but one couple that's just looking to hang out with other like-minded people, and I was like, okay, that sounds like us. It's just hanging out.
Right. So, nonetheless, it's mindset, it's really feeling comfortable, it's communication. And again, like some of the on the shows that I've watched, cuz I think hearing that my husband wanted to be in a poly relationship, I said I have to understand what this is. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. I need to understand what it is. And so I was watching these shows under a false understanding of whatever, but at the same time I don't think it's 100% false, because some of those relationships are successful. Others, I don't know what's going on. They lying to themselves. But some of them are successful, and there's one in particular that it's a husband, a black man, and he had two wives, and then they brought in a third, and then one of them wound up pregnant. And I don't follow them on Instagram, but I did go and look at their Instagram page, and they're living it up. Like they have a great dynamic. They all sleep in the bed together, but they all sleep together, but they're not sexually active together. So he may sneak off with one, or not even sneak off, but he may be engaged in a conversation and they go and do their thing. Um, there's no schedule with them, but they're in the house. They know what's going on. Like I just I think it's stupid that you would have to mute yourselves, or oh, can you go to the store because we're trying to do something. Like if you're not comfortable with hearing or being in the house while it's happening, no leaving and knowing that they're having sex while you're gone isn't going to make it any better.
True.
There's still going to be an issue. You're still going to feel some type of way. Your feelings are going to be hurt, or whatever the case may be. You may not for firsthand hear it, but knowing that it's happening, because it's just like when you find out someone cheated on you, you think about all of what happened and your feelings are hurt, your heart's broken, you're crushed knowing that they slept with someone else. So rather you hear it firsthand, or sent off to the store, you're still going to feel some type of way. So you need to deal with it eternally, because I'm not going nowhere. I don't know what to tell you. Like even on the flip side, if the person's like, I don't want to have sex because she's here. I don't want to do it because she can hear us.
And quite frankly, stuff like that it's gonna have to be checked before even that person move in anyway. Like all that stuff. Like, you know,
Yeah,
move move in or even spend the night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all of that.
because there's gonna be times where I might not like being over at your house. I like being at my house. Why? Because my stuff is there. Well, your stuff could be there too. No, but if it started here, I'm not gonna want to buy more stuff to put it in your house. For what? I already bought it. I'm not gonna buy it again. I might feel comfortable where I'm at. So
Yeah.
are you mature enough to be be in the same house? What if I want to watch a case in point? What if I want to watch a movie or whatever? Are you able to sit there and watch a movie knowing that my wife is on the other side of me? You know, it's a movie. Oh, what if we have game night, get drunk, you too drunk to drive or whatever? Are you gonna feel some type of way because you're spending the night, and hell, you might hear us having sex. You know,
Yeah, all of that. Like, I think at that point, that's where I get a little cocky because it's like you gonna have to suck it up and figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't be rude, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if
and
you're
then,
having issues with this situation, you're gonna have to fix it, or you're gonna show
and then
yourself the exit.
I'm be honest, and I might get slack for it. I might get some slack for it. But when you think about, oh, it's gonna be a hierarchy because me and my wife been together for so long, and we have that type of relationship. What's the downfall to it? We have that type of relationship. Oh, excuse me. Well, I want that relationship too. Stick around. Like,
It's yeah, it's growing. It's being close. It's so that being said, which leads me to this. So the being close comes with time, right? You have to spend time. You have to be around each other. You have to learn each other. You have to get because it's a whole new relationship. So you have to figure these things out. On the flip side, there will be times that y'all are going to take a trip. You might be gone for a week or a weekend, or you might be out of town. Like, those are things that I have to get comfortable with. And in the future, because who knows? I mean, I don't go nowhere to meet nobody. So let's just start there. But if I were to meet someone, baby, we're going out of town for the weekend. We're going down to Florida, or we're going to our Texas house. Like, those are things that I've played around with in my head to be like, okay, that's okay. I'll see you when you get back. It's time. And it's no person is gonna come in and y'all gonna be super close. Like, y'all may have a good vibe and a good thing going on, but it takes time to get to what to where you and I are. But if you find the right person, everything should flow smoothly across the board, in my opinion.
is it wrong to be wanting to go out of town and be like, look here, we have to have separate rooms. We all on vacation.
No, you mean like if it's three of us, then we get three rooms? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, maybe not 3 rooms, but 2 rooms.
So repeat what you said so I understand what you're meaning by we're all on vacation. We all need our own rooms.
Well, I didn't say we all need our own room. We could get multiple rooms, meaning more than one. Just it could be two. Um, just like say for instance, I ain't never been to Florida, right?
Right.
So you and your guys going to Florida, I'd be like, well, shit, I want to go. I might
Well,
not be in
yeah.
the room with y'all, but you know what I'm saying?
No, that so in a perfect world, in a perfect world, if you have a girl, woman, if you have a woman and I have a man, then in that aspect, it's like, okay, if we're going to Florida and you're like, well, I want to go, and then your girl's like, she wants to go, then we're all going to Florida. It shouldn't. There's one couple that I watched on the is it what show? I don't remember what show it is. I think it's
So are you saying
Sister Wives.
it shouldn't be no hardship, and okay, if you want
No,
to go, you go.
yeah. So there's one couple. Um, the girl was married to the guy, right? They divorced. They had a kid together. They divorced. The guy remarried. Him and his new wife had a child, and then the girl, she became lesbian, and her husband is the father of their baby. So, it, yeah, the husband is the father of all the kids,
Oh yeah,
but
you
he didn't
about that.
he didn't have sex with the ex-wife's girlfriend. Him and his wife had sex, and the wife put his sperm in a cup, and they put it in the lesbian girlfriend, and she got pregnant by the ex-husband. But they all live together. They're all friends. The husband and the ex-wife's wife, they are hockey coaches together, and the two wives, they go out and hang out, and they'll go to the bar together. Like, they do things together. Their whole dynamic, they're all friends. They go on vacation together. They're not sleeping with each other, but they live together because they're all raising kids together. They're all siblings. So why should it be a problem? I don't if I was to get with someone that's like, I don't like your husband, then we have a problem. And if you get with someone that's like, I don't your wife, I don't like her, she makes me feel some type of way, there is a problem. We all should be able to get along. We're all here. We all should have the same mindset. There should be no issues.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no issue. I should be able to go to your girlfriend and say, "Can you braid my hair? Can you style up my dreads for me? Or can you help me with something? Like, can you help me put this necklace on?" Or and it not be an issue. I know how to do
Or
nails,
call her up for female advice. Call him
right?
up for male advice. Like, am I tripping?
Right. So, like, I know how to do nails, right? Like, I only have one on right now, so y'all don't make fun of me, but I've done my own nails, right? I can be like, you do my nails, I'll teach you how to do my nails, I'll do yours. We we got our nails done together. Like, like, it shouldn't be any issues.
It shouldn't be.
And if there is, then yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah. And some of the stuff too, I see could have been resolved a lot of times with the hinge. So, and that's a term that y'all, if you don't know the term,
I don't know the
that's
term.
that's one of them terms or whatever. That's one of them things that overwhelmed my wife in learning about poly. Like, it was just all these different terms, the NRE and stuff like that. All right,
What
so
is NRE?
huh?
What was that one?
New relationship energy.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, OPP, uh, one penis policy, or OVP, one vagina policy. Like, these are all the terms that, all these different outlooks or whatever that overwhelm my wife. It overwhelmed me as well. Like, what the heck? Like, why can't it just be natural? Like, what? Why is all these you it's
Expectations and policies, and yeah, no,
like, look
it's
here.
way too
I meet a
much.
woman, the woman has interest in me, I have interest in her. Hey, look, by the way, right off the rip, I have a wife, but we're in a we're in a secure monopoly relationship. You know, And if that person don't want it, then okay, they don't want it. Go ahead about your business. Should no relationship be forced or manipulated in any type of way, shape, or form? If it ain't natural, then wait until it is.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just watching the clock because. Okay. Oh, yeah. We gotta let me know when those birds show up.
Yeah,
But being that it's still Father's Day, even though it's a week later in YouTube world, um, they probably won't be home right away, I'm assuming.
yeah, probably not.
Um, so yeah,
But
no, I
go
what?
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like there should be no issues in reality. Looking at these groups and even watching the show, and I part of me wants to rewatch them. I binged watch these shows to get an understanding, and there's gonna be like there was one show, the governor guy, where his two girlfriends, or well, one was his wife that he was separated from. He was then dating the girlfriend, and the wife came back into the picture, and he's like, I'm not leaving neither one of y'all. So we gonna make it work. And they were in that atmosphere, in that environment. I feel like it was a forced situation. Either you accept this or you don't. And in that aspect, there's there was a comment that the girlfriend made, or fiance made, because the husband was out on a date with someone else and came in late, and the wife was like, okay, well, you have fun. She was not upset. She didn't care that he came in late. She understood that that's just how her husband is. She understood that. And the fiance was like, she don't speak for me. She don't speak for me. And you could tell there was friction between the two of them. And every time the wife agreed on something and just let the husband just be himself, the fiance had an issue with it. That ain't gonna work. That situation, I don't know if they're still in that dynamic. I don't know if they're still together. Um, that is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, but she did show sometimes she did show submissiveness and was like, okay, back down or whatever. But yeah, it's still that side of her still came out at times or whatever.
Too many times.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing, like, and the wife, she was, in my opinion, the wife was like me. She was kind of, I don't want to say carefree in a bad way, but she just was like, let him be happy. Leave him alone. And the fiance was like, you're not bringing nobody else up in here. You want to have someone else, they can live at the house down the street. They're not coming up in here. Like, she was very possessive and protective of the home and the finances and whatever else. And I feel like that's not the right mindset to have. If you're going, you accepted that man and what you're in, you said, okay, I'm in. So then you can't, I feel like you can't lay down all these laws of saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, because then at that point, what's the point of doing anything? And I've said that to my husband. If I say yes, you can be poly, but you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't touch, you can't hug, you can't kiss, you can't do all these things, then what is the point of you going out and trying to meet someone? You have to experience it. You have to find what's going to work for you. If you have all these barriers up that you can't cross, you're never going to find the person, because you don't know if y'all vibe together, you don't know if you're going to have a connection, you don't know if you like the way they kiss. Like, You might not like the way they kiss. You might grow feelings for them and find out they're a horrible kisser or they have yuck mouth or something.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
like, so then you put up these barriers and you find out after the fact that this is not someone that I want to be with, but now I'm stuck with them because I kind of have feelings for them. Like, yeah, no, no. Or, or I say, where's that text? Or I say, um, you can't ever bring them to the house. So now it might be someone that I don't get along with, or they don't get along with me, but now you have feelings for them, and now when we meet, we can't stand each other, and now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Just in thought.
Hands right. I ain't doing nothing.
You just sat there in a daze.
Oh no, I'm just taking it all in.
No, for real. And on the flip side, if there's someone that I would deal with, number one, I have to trust that whoever my husband deals with, I have to trust his judgment. And I know him very well, so I know that he's just not going to bring some floozy into the home. He's not. I would. I have to know and hope that he's not going to bring in someone that's going to use him and use us or clean our bank account dry or steal our bank information when we're asleep in the middle of the night. Like, it has to be someone that we can trust that when we set down our purse, they're not going through it. Like, we have to know that that's the character of that person, that they're not like that, and I have to trust my husband's judgment on that person's character. And on the flip side, it's the same thing. If I choose to bring someone in, my husband has to be able to trust who I'm bringing in. He has to trust me enough to trust that person.
Yeah. Cause one thing my wife know about me, I don't play about who comes in my house. So, you know, hell, we've never thrown a party in our house. Maybe kids party or something like that, maybe. But as far as like parties or even having company come over like that, no, no, because your energy ain't right. Like, if anything, we'll come to you, but you ain't coming to us. We'll come to you. There has been
Yeah,
times where like her friends would come over and I'd be like, I don't, I'd be uneasy because it's like your energy. Yeah, I'm not really feeling you.
yeah,
But I'm just protective of the energy that's at in the past. It was like whatever demons they come with. I don't want them demons that they come with in here and they latch on to something and stay and they gone. No, if you brought them in, you need to take them back out, type thing. So,
yeah,
and I'm definitely not trying to let somebody come between my my relationship. You know what I'm saying? So if you not feeling my wife, then look here. Why not? Is it something to be talked about or talk it over or whatever? If we can't resolve it, then I don't know. Like, as much as I might want to be with you, I'm not finna be with you and you can't get along with something that I hold near and dear to my heart.
yeah,
It's just like kids. When I met you, I had to you came with a package deal. You had kids. I had kids. If I'm accepting you, I'm accepting your kids. If you're gonna accept me, you gotta accept my wife. You might not even have to 100% like her, but you better not disrespect her. You gotta get along. That's not hierarchy. That's just, hey, I'm gonna ride for you the same way I ride for her. But there will be respect across the board from both ends. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let her disrespect. I'm not gonna let my wife disrespect you, and I'm not gonna let you disrespect my wife. Point blank simple. If we all can't get along, then I'm sorry. Me and my baby been rocking together for all this time. Like, I don't know what to tell you. She's not hard to get along with. She's a very good people person. I don't know. That's just things that I think about.
No, I mean, it's just that simple. I don't I know a lot of people may be watching and eventually our friends and family will be watching it, and people are like, people don't know. Like, the one thing about me is I've always been open to learning and understanding. And so when my husband brought it to me, like I said, I didn't say no, but I need to understand what this is, what it what is what. You see things and people automatically assume, oh, they're all sleeping together. Like, there's a comedian, I think it's D-Ray. Ain't it D-Ray?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't even know that he was in a poly relationship. Um, but people will assume, oh, those two girls are having sex with each other. No. I don't know if they are or not, but I don't think they are, but I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't know. But people assume the worst, and people are like, how are you okay with it? And at the end of the day, if you genuinely love and care for that person, then it's just another person.
yeah. Because if she, I don't know, and it might be a bad thing
Analogy.
or whatever analogy, but like she would have to be okay with knowing. Well, it's probably not. It probably don't even make sense to even say something like that for this right after that, because I was gonna bring in the whole fact of Erica. Like, my wife would have to be okay with knowing how I was with Erica or whatever have you. It's yeah,
What do you so I think I know what you're saying with that. But what do you mean? Like, cuz I saw what I thought I saw. I'm like, they great.
hmm
So what are you saying I would have to know how you were with her? Like, sexually or just the dynamic in general?
I'm gonna be honest. I lost train of thought, but I'm thinking more probably the dynamic, because again, sex, like, I don't know, like, you've rolled dick before, you not just mine, so I don't know, you know, it's just so many variables and so many hangups that regardless of being poly or mono, you would still have them somewhat same insecurities or issues or whatever, even in a monogamous relationship.
So let's talk about, there was I think on the radio, you were saying that there was a guy that wrote a book or something, or recorded his wife, or he found his wife's phone and he found like videos or pictures of her with another man, and it turned him on.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he was
so,
hurt, but he was also turned on at the same time.
and did that make their relationship better or worse? Like, what happened?
Um, well, it at the time it was worse because he didn't know how to compartmentalize his feelings and emotions. Um, he felt betrayed or whatever. So like at that time, he's just it was for the bad. But even though he was thinking like it is kind of a turn on, and
Did
those
she cheat on him?
yeah
Okay.
yeah it was cheating because he didn't know, he found out.
Hmm. So, in that aspect, would you say, like, not specifically, but if someone in a poly relationship, like, you have to kind of, with what you're saying with you and Erica, is it something where I should be like, how were you with Erica sexually? Like, is that is that asking too much? I'm not asking because I don't want to know, but I'm just saying, like, for you saying, like, I would have to know how you and Erica were. Are you saying on a sexual level, or are you saying like just how y'all communicated, or how you text, like what you like?
I
What are you
think
saying?
overall in general, across the board type.
So like communication, like why would I need to know how y'all were?
No, not really. No, just the understanding. And I may have said that out of context because I was onto something, but I swear I completely spaced out. And I
How
remember
you ain't supposed to be spacing out.
I'm sorry, but I'm more along the lines of saying that I got to be okay with how you were with other guys, even if it was somebody right now. You know, there's no difference to me.
So
There's no difference between me understanding how you are with a guy compared to how you were with guys before me.
right.
Like every like even the times that we broke up or whatever before we got married, like you had other guys in between there. So if if I'm gonna allow a guy that you find interest in to, you know, spaz out or razzle my feathers, so to speak, or whatever, then I should allow all the other ones.
Yeah.
But it's just understanding that, hey, my baby makes sure that I feel secure, and I make sure that she feels secure, and that's the whole. That's that's the that's the glue for a long distance relationship. Do you make your partner feel secure?
Yeah. I agree. I concur. Um, well, we have uh said a lot. So what would you say for poly? Like this all talk, all things poly.
Poly in I'm it might sound weird, but poly in the right hands can be a good thing. Right hands, right mindset can be a good thing. So can monogamous. It's just how you look at it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I'm I feel like part of me is like it don't concern me in a sense of like me directly, but then on the flip side is like, you know what I've always said, like you get someone, your hands, you only have two hands, but then you add everything else in life. At that point I was saying you you being in a V relationship with someone else and me being in a mono, then I'm gonna be by myself. But then you explain that's not what you want. But that's what I saw because of the whole you have to be by.
Yeah.
So so in my mind I'm painting a picture of you with two bi women and me on the side in my mono situation. So with you saying like, oh well, you never know, in the future you may find someone. I doubt it, but
And
um
that's fine with me. I just want to make sure that you know that if there came a time that I'm open to hear, I'm open to allow, because I love you and I want you at. I know that when you're at your happiness, life is great.
with that being said, so I can't necessarily say it's not for me. Because me being with you and me supporting you in it, I'm still technically in it, even if I'm not in the relationship with you, right? Like that person's gonna be around. People are gonna say, oh, he has two wives. That's a poly relationship. So I can't say that I'm not in it. On the flip side, I just think just keeping an open mind and really just knowing what you want, what you don't want, communication, being transparent, being open, it'll work. Especially, here's the thing, if you go and find someone and I know your type, well, I somewhat know your type. I only say that because the women in your past are like,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they found interest in me, so I went with it.
you just went with whatever. We gonna work on that.
But
We
even
not
like
doing that.
even what you saying, so like one of the lady at the essay or holiday that I was stopping at or whatever, come to find out during the last week of school, come to find out, um, she has like a shirt thing or business or whatever that she been trying to get off the ground or whatever. And I told her, I was like, hit me up on Facebook and we could probably talk about it. She don't know that we've been in there, in the we've had the business up and running with printing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So even though you were saying, well, if they work in there, what can they add or whatever? I
Listen, look,
but
let me.
I'm
Oh,
just
my
saying
phone's going dead.
I'm just saying that I kind of
You say what you're trying to say because I know what you're trying to say.
well, go ahead. Well, as long as you know what I'm trying to say, go ahead, baby.
Because you're basically, so the thing that the thing that when he first brought it to me, in a sense of like he's like, I want to do this, right? Like I'm gonna do this. Now mind you, he's already had look at potential women before he even brought it to me. He had people in mind that he wanted to approach, people that he was interested in. And so my thought was, if you're telling me that you want to bring someone in that's going to add to our tables, not add on our one table, but in my mind, I'm bringing a table, my husband's bringing a table, and they're bringing a table. You're telling me that this person who works at the gas station and whatever else, you want to bring someone from the gas station to add to our table. My mindset was, if we're in business and we're running business and he wants to run properties and I have my backgrounds of what I'm doing, how is someone from a gas station going to add to our table? What are they bringing? What is their expertise, because they're working at a gas station? So right now he's gloating because he's saying that he talked to this woman and her mindset is on business and starting a t-shirt company, and lo and behold, we have a we've had a successful t-shirt company, so we have the skills to help her get it off, where then we can. Yeah, okay, he's gloating. I already know what you're doing, sir.
But I and I will say when you initially said that, I was skeptical because it made me start thinking, well, can they or whatever? But again, you really don't know until you communicate. But don't worry, as of right now, she hasn't hit me up none. So
She might be afraid to.
yeah, yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I was wearing my wedding ring, and she probably seen that and was like, oh no, no. So
Okay, so is that someone that you even want to bring in? Is her
no,
mindset?
no, but that was my thing. If she's afraid of a ring, and I'm not trying to come at her like that, I'm just being friendly. Then yeah, it wouldn't be somebody I would want to be with or whatever.
Because here's the thing, if you came at her in business and she's really trying to get this business off the ground, if someone brought me an opportunity that can help me get it off the ground, then what are you waiting for? Hit that person up.
Right.
So
And
obviously,
and I didn't know that about her, and she and she still don't know about what we do.
she probably thought you were just trying to holler, which you were.
Yeah, a little bit. But still, like she could have easily hit me up, and we could have talked about it, the business and all that stuff, and just whatever. And if she wasn't feeling it, it's social media block. That's it, block.
So then here's my question to you. Y'all are social media friends, right?
No,
Oh. Because I'm like, then why didn't you just hit her up
I
and say, hey,
I I wrote down my Facebook or whatever, because I was like, well, if you got Messenger, hit me up on Messenger. Look under that name, and that was it. And we could talk about your business. Well, I'm saying that's what I said.
I'm just saying that your ring and your lifestyle is gonna scare her away.
Well then, hey, like they say, being in this lifestyle is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the weak. It's not for the immature.
Yeah, yeah. And how old potentially is this person?
35, and I think
Kids? No kids?
she has two kids. One, I think 17, and the other might be 13.
Mm. Yeah, that's one thing though. I don't want to do the kids.
I
No
know,
kids.
I know.
Because then that's a whole nother responsibility of, if we want to travel, now we got to worry about where these kids going, or are they coming with, and what if it's an adult only trip or adult only cruise, like
But
where
then
these
at
kids
the same
gonna be?
time, is that our problem, or does she need to figure out where they need to go?
That's gonna be our problem if that's someone you're choosing to be in a relationship with. That
Yes,
becomes
ma'am.
your problem as well.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. got me kind of standing up at attention. Go ahead, baby. No, no, nigga, that's our problem. Ooh, feisty.
I'm just saying, if you accept someone with kids, that's now, like you said, when you got with me, I had kids. It was a package deal. So you can't say, okay, we're going to be in a poly relationship, but your kids are your issue.
And I was basing that off of also the fact of their age. You know what I'm saying? They are old enough to take care of themselves.
Yeah, but you're not going to go on a week-long cruise and
True,
leave a 13 and a 17-year-old at home by themselves. I
true.
know someone that did that, and she caught slack every time she went out of town without her kids because her mindset was they can take care of themselves.
Yeah, but at
And
that
you,
time, I believe that uh, because we don't know about her situation, the dad could be very well in their life. You know what I'm saying?
maybe,
Maybe
but there's a big
grandmothers,
maybe not.
grandparents, uncles. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But we don't know. So oh well.
Well, she ain't hit you up, so I guess it don't matter.
Yeah, and I think you might be taller than her a little bit.
You,
What? What you about to say?
I was gonna say something that YouTube might not like
Well,
me saying.
say it. We ain't
You and
monetized.
your short people, you like short people.
Yes, yes, I do.
Way short people. Like way. Like little people.
Nah, nah. It just so happened that that's just her height. That's it. Hell, Erica was 5'9", 5'10". That motherfucker looking me dead in my eye, like I ain't never had to. Well, it was her.
Yeah, but did you know her height like right away?
Yeah, yeah. And I thought, oh, I'm still taller than her until I actually seen what that looked like. It's like, ooh, yeah, you right there, you right there. But at the same time, the other chick that I dealt with, she was tall too. Um, Dang, I forgot her name. Oh well, but it was the one that I said had kicked me in the back, and I thought somebody was in the room with us, or I think the one that I said that I held her hand and it made me feel like I was holding my dad's hand. Yeah, she was up in height too.
Anyhow, like I said, you like your little people.
Yeah, especially that little person right there.
Whatever.
5'4" with some cheeks.
Anywho, we're gonna end this because it's literally an hour
Oh
long.
yeah, wow.
So
All right, so what's the next topic that we're gonna talk about next video?
I don't know. I haven't. What do you want? What do you want to talk about? Let's put it on you. What do you want to talk about?
Oh no, you want to give them story times, like past story times or whatever, things that we've been through in the past.
It depends. No, I'm kidding. Sure, we could do a story time. I'm with that. It's easy to record.
Ooh, we could do a story time on how we met.
Yeah. All right. Well, on the next video, it will be a story time of how we met because um it's kind of similar to his current dating adventures per se. You're trying to meet people online.
Yes and no.
It's it's similar. Anywho, as for now, we're gonna end this video because we literally could keep talking, and I'm talking about Takina, so I really could keep talking. Um, so we're gonna end this. Um, as I just said, I am talking about Takina. That is my lovely king over there,
Yes.
Mr.
Iconic, isn't it ironic? I got the She got the booty and I got the chronic. But anyway, we are Jupiter's love, and what we always say is do not ground your love. Make it out of this world. And that's how we do over here on JL. JL for Jupiter's love.
You're done, son. We're
Done.
out.